What's up guys, going to break down a round that I had with JT. Starting in the ground because it's quite busy. Just going to step to the inside, hand on the hip, elbow inside as well, sliding through for the knee cut pass. James immediately turning to his side, hipping out, trying to get his knees and elbows together. So I cover both of the legs. But as he brings his legs in front, I'm going to spin the leg, pummel my feet to the inside, look to lock up the inside heel hook. Holding onto the heel, just giving James an opportunity to work an escape that we've been drilling. And he's going to drill it straight into the back attack. And we're going to slow that down, have a little bit of a closer look at it. So, side control. James hips out. As soon as I feel him hip out, I cover both of his shins, but he's already got his knee to the inside. So I control the knee line, step over the hips, spin through, pummeling the right foot to the inside, locking up the inside heel hook. James is immediately posting on that leg, freeing his knee line from the leg entanglement. As soon as the knee's out, he builds to his knees, back steps over. He's going to lock his legs and shoulder roll through, and he's looking to control that far shoulder straight away, locking an S grip. As he gets his S grip, I'm just moving through, sitting, trying to put my back on the mat. As I put my back on the mat, James gets back on top. I hip out, build back to a knee shield. He's staying heavy on the legs. Just trying to keep low, keep his base, and trying to hold my legs together, pin them together. So I have to create some space by kicking through. Now I'm pummeling my shin to the inside. Get to the single leg X. He's driving in, so I elevate with the reverse X, back stepping over in the transition, get into double trouble. Now I've got plenty of time to work for the inside heel hook. I lock it up and I get the tap. So James has stepped his right leg up. I go shin to shin, controlling the collar tie, kicking my leg through, going single leg X. I feel my opponent driving in, so I use the reverse X to elevate over. As I get the sweep, I back step in the transition. Now this position is really good to control. James is trying to push me away, but he can't free his knee line. Gives me plenty of time to lock up the heel hook and get the tap. Now, slow-mo, just stepping over and moving across the mat. Resetting, James in the seated guard. Bit of hand fighting, I get wrist control, looking for the Kimura pass. Doesn't quite work, but I manage to pass the hips and control the side control. Going to north-south. I'm just going to step up and give James some space to work his guard in. Think about going for a leg there, but not quite. Again, foot on the inside, looking for my knee cut pass. Pummel my foot, my left leg into the centre, and go for another leg lock. James hips out over the top, so I just transition to the secondary leg. Now I'll go for the same reverse X elevation, but this time I fail. Because as I elevate and try and back step over, I'll lose the primary leg. And James gets a nice tight body lock. Staying tight, I realise there's the danger of the head and arm here. So I put my back on the mat and I just try and keep the arm away from my own neck. James got a super tight control position here. Tight waist and a strong cross face. Just keeping the pressure on. Not much I can do here except try and wait for a transition. Get some inside space. Trying to pummel in for a frame on the neck. Trying to create some space, but James goes over. Looking to isolate the arm. Blocking the hips, moving to north-south. But I pummel the hand to the inside. Manage to get an elbow knee inversion escape. Soon as I get back to guard, shoot in, under over butterfly sweep. Cut straight through with the knee cut pass as I get on top. I feel the arm in my pocket, so I step around to the top side of the side control to isolate it. Now I'm going to go to knee on belly, fall back onto the arm. Now James has got a really nice armbar escape where he pushes the legs over the head. This time he just makes a mistake leaving the arm across the body. I manage to throw my left leg over his shoulder, and as he's trying to pin my opposite leg, I get an Americana type leverage on his arm, and as we roll through I get the triangle. So bottom side control, I pummel my right hand underneath James's armpit. I manage to invert and get an elbow knee escape. As he postures up, I roll back to guard, shooting for an under-over sweep. As I come up on top, I keep my head low, pulling on the tricep, cutting through. Bringing the arm into the pocket, trying to isolate that arm and settling into a tight side control position. I'm going to posture up and prop onto my knee on belly, keeping control of the head until I want to go for the arm, dropping back, And as soon as I'm on the armbar, James is going to push the leg over the head, posture up, but he leaves his arm across the body. So I break his posture, throw the left leg over the far shoulder, and I start applying Americana type leverage to the right arm. As he rolls to relieve the pressure, I lock up a triangle, and I finish and get the tap. Resetting in the seated guard, go straight for a shin on shin entry. James does a good job keeping his base. I pummel my leg to the inside and I see that his far arm's just hanging out, so I go for a shoulder crunch. Manage to roll to top mount and I feel that his head and arm's in between my legs, so I roll through and lock up a triangle. I get a nice little finish there. Not going to slow that one down because I don't want to break the video up too much, so we're just going to reset. James looking for his inside position, plays a very good tricky knee shield. So I pummel my far leg, foot inside, to try and pin his bottom leg to the mat. But James does a nice job off balancing me with his knee shield leg. He's controlling my far wrist, and I pummel my right arm in between his legs, and I realise I've put myself in a triangle. As soon as I realise I'm in danger, I stand up and I throw my legs over his body so that I can start stretching away from him and escape out the back side of the triangle. I like this escape because it allows me to attack the legs as soon as I'm out, but there is a risk of getting armbarred if you're not quick enough. I've got double trouble here controlling both legs. As he rolls through, I'm going to let go of the secondary leg, attack the heel. Now he rolls out of the heel hook, but I get the knee bar for the finish. Now, I pummel my right arm inside his legs. James locks up his triangle. As soon as I realise, I step up, throw my legs over the body. He lets go of the arm. If I was him, I would have kept hold of the arm and trying to attack the arm bar. As soon as I'm out, I'm controlling his leg, throw my feet to the inside, and I get control of his knee. Then I snatch the far leg. So now I'm controlling both of his legs at the same time. His collar tying to keep me close, so I push away on the neck. Now, as he comes up and rolls, when I'm on top, this is when I choose to attack for the heel. He continues his rotation, so I lock a triangle, and I bridge in sideways for the knee bar. Coming into the last little bit of the round now, James rolls underneath. I manage to pull my leg to the inside. I stand up to set my knee cut pass up, but this time James grabs my far leg with his right arm, and I tell you now, that's extremely annoying. It keeps me on one place and stops me from moving around so easily. It's just about to be the end of the round, so I'll take this time to say thanks for watching. If you like the video, leave a like, let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading on a regular basis, so I'll see you in the next one.